You've been poisoned, and you didn't even know it. Close your eyes for a second and imagine this. You wake up, stand up, but your legs buckle. You try to hold a glass of water and your hands tremble. No warning, no explanation, just weakness. What if I told you the real problem came from your own vitamin shelf? Studies show nearly 4 out of every 10 adults over 60 are taking supplements that quietly damage their bones, kidneys, or nerves without even knowing. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which 4 vitamins to avoid and which 4 to take daily to protect your strength and independence. Over 60? Like this video, share it, and hit subscribe. Healthcase, let's get started. Number 1. Vitamin A, when healthy, turns harmful. Hey, let's kick things off with something that sounds helpful but can quietly cause real damage. Vitamin A. You've probably heard it's great for your vision, boosts your immune system, maybe even keeps your skin looking young. And that's true, in the right amounts. But here's what most people don't know, especially after age 60. Vitamin A builds up in your body over time, and too much of it can become toxic. Unlike other vitamins that you pee out when there's excess, vitamin A is fat-soluble. That means your body stores it, mainly in the liver. When those stores get too full, they start to push back. We're talking dizziness, nausea, headaches, blurred vision, and over time, it can lead to serious bone thinning, making you more likely to suffer a fracture from just a small fall. If you already have osteoporosis or low kidney function, high-dose vitamin A can be especially risky. Bowling Institute seniors who regularly take more than 1,500 micrograms or 5,000 IU a day from supplements face a much higher risk of hip fractures. That's a big deal, because for older adults, a broken hip isn't just painful. It can change your entire independence. Here's the thing, you likely don't need vitamin A from supplements at all. You get plenty from your food, especially if you're eating things like carrots, sweet potatoes, kale, or even eggs. These sources give you the vitamin in a form your body knows how to handle safely. So if you're feeling unusually tired, dealing with joint pain, or even noticing strange headaches or bone aches, it might not be age. You should talk to your primary care provider or a geriatric dietitian and ask them to check your supplement doses, especially if you've been using multivitamins long-term. And remember, one of the most overlooked senior health tips is this: more is not always better, especially when it comes to fat-soluble vitamins. Let's move on, because the next vitamin doesn't just affect your bones. It can mess with your heart medication without you even realizing it. If you thought vitamin A was risky, wait until you hear what vitamin K can do when you're on blood thinners. It's not just about what's inside the pill, it's how it works with your medications. Number 2, vitamin K, the silent saboteur of your blood thinners. Hello everyone, let's talk about something that might be working against the very medicine you trust with your life. You take your blood thinner every morning. You show up for checkups. You follow the rules. So why did your doctor warn you about a clot again? The answer might be hiding in your multivitamin, or even your lunch. Vitamin K is essential for clotting, and that's exactly the problem if you're on medications like warfarin or other blood thinners. Think of it like this: your medication is trying to thin your blood to prevent stroke or heart attack, but vitamin K, it's trying to clot it, like trying to drive with one foot on the gas and the other on the brake. Now here's the twist: vitamin K isn't only in supplements. It's also found in spinach, kale, broccoli, even in some fortified shakes and cereals. When your vitamin K intake suddenly goes up or down, it throws your medication off balance. That can lead to dangerous swings, either bleeding too easily or forming hidden clots. If you already have atrial fibrillation, deep vein thrombosis, or a history of stroke, this becomes even more serious. One bad interaction could lead to a hospital stay or worse. So, what should you do? First, never add a vitamin K supplement unless your doctor tells you to. If you're eating leafy greens, keep it steady. Don't eat a pile one week and skip them the next. And always check your multivitamin label. If it has vitamin K, ask your cardiologist or hematology specialist whether it's safe for you. If you notice easy bruising, bleeding gums, or blood in your stool, don't wait. Get in touch with your doctor right away. And remember, one of the most practical senior health tips is this: your medication only works if your supplements aren't fighting it. The next vitamin on our list? It looks innocent, but can overload your kidneys fast, especially if you already have issues filtering waste. Let's keep going. If you're taking any meds for your heart or blood, just type 2 below so we can check if vitamin K might be working against you. Number 3, calcium is the too much of a good thing trap. Let's be honest, this one might be sitting on your kitchen counter right now. A simple white bottle, a label that promises strong bones, and a quiet habit you started because, well, everyone said it was the right thing to do. But here's what most folks over 60 don't realize. High-dose calcium can silently strain your kidneys and even impact your heart. Unlike water-soluble vitamins, calcium doesn't just pass through. When you take more than your body needs, especially over 2,000 milligrams a day, it can build up in places it shouldn't. Your kidneys are the first to feel it. If they're already weakened by age, blood pressure problems, or mild kidney disease, that extra calcium can lead to kidney stones or a condition called hypercalcemia, bringing on nausea, constipation, confusion, and irregular heartbeat. Women after menopause often double up on calcium, taking both a multivitamin and a bone health supplement. But the National Institute on Aging clearly recommends no more than 1,200 milligrams total per day from both food and pills combined. If you've had kidney stones in the past, or you're noticing bloating, fatigue, or odd heart rhythms after taking calcium, it's time to speak with your primary care doctor or a nephrologist. Better yet, get your calcium from food first. Dairy, dark leafy greens, fortified cereals or nut milk are usually enough. Supplements should only fill the gap, not lead the charge. And just remember, one of the most important senior health tips is this: it's not just what you take, it's how much your body can actually handle. Don't let good intentions backfire. Let's move forward, because the next vitamin has a reputation for being essential, but when the dose is too high, it can quietly damage your kidneys. Worried about calcium? That's valid. But what happens when it teams up with high-dose vitamin D? This next part shows how two helpful nutrients can overload your system without warning. Number 4. Vitamin D, from vital to dangerous. You've probably been told to take it every day. Vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin. Good for your bones, right? Especially after 60. But here's where things go wrong. Taking too much vitamin D can quietly damage your kidneys, overload your blood with calcium, and trigger serious health issues. Let's break it down. Vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium. That's important. But when you take high doses, more than 4,000 IU daily, you're telling your body to absorb more calcium than it can handle. That extra calcium ends up in your blood, a condition called hypercalcemia. It doesn't sound dramatic until you realize what it does. Nausea, fatigue, muscle weakness, kidney damage, even abnormal heart rhythms. It's especially dangerous for people already taking calcium or anyone with kidney disease, heart issues, or high blood pressure. taking 5,000 or 10,000 IU a day because you think more must be better? That's like watering a plant every hour. It doesn't grow faster, it drowns. According to the National Institutes of Health, older adults over 70 only need about 800 IU of vitamin D daily. And yes, you can get some from sunlight, but as you age, your skin produces less. That's why doctors often recommend supplements. But the dose matters. If you've been feeling thirsty all the time, confused, constipated, or you've had kidney pain, these might be signs your vitamin D is too high. See your primary care doctor or nephrologist and ask for a simple blood test to check your vitamin D and calcium levels. And here's one of the most critical senior health tips I can give you. Never assume that natural means safe at any dose. Even vitamins need limits, especially when your kidneys are working overtime. Now that we've covered the 4 dangerous ones, let's flip the script. Up next, the 4 vitamins that your body actually needs daily to support energy, bones, brain, and longevity. If you're taking more than 2,000 IU of vitamin D every day, type 4 in the comments. Let's see how common this is. So now that you know how even a little too much vitamin D can throw off your whole system, it's worth taking a step back. Because the truth is, a lot of what we think is healthy can quietly work against us, especially as we get older. You've got vitamin A sneaking in through pills and building up in your liver. Vitamin K interfering with blood thinners when you least expect it. Calcium piling on, pushing your kidneys and heart to their limit. And yes, even vitamin D, so helpful in small doses, can turn toxic if you don't keep an eye on it. But the good news? You've got control. A little awareness, a few smart changes, and you're already ahead. If this helped you, go ahead and subscribe to Healthcase. We've got more coming because the next 4 vitamins, they're the ones your body needs every day after 60. Let's keep going. But here's the flip side. While some vitamins can quietly work against you, others can truly help your body stay strong, clear-headed, and independent. So let's talk about the ones you should be taking, the ones that support your bones, nerves, and energy every single day after 60. Number 5. Vitamin D, your bones' best friend. After 60, let's start with something simple. Sunlight. Just 15 minutes a day used to be enough for your body to make all the vitamin D it needed. But after 60, things change. Your skin doesn't produce it as well. Your kidneys process it more slowly. And if you stay indoors more or live somewhere cloudy, your body might be running low without you even knowing it. Vitamin D isn't just good for your bones, it's essential. It helps your body absorb calcium, supports your immune system, and protects your muscles from weakening over time. Without enough of it, bones become brittle, balance gets worse, and that small fall in the kitchen? It becomes a major fracture waiting to happen. According to the National Institute on Aging, adults over 70 should aim for 800 IU of vitamin D daily. That can come from food, like salmon, sardines, egg yolks, and fortified milk, or from supplements if needed. But here's what's tricky. Even if you live in a sunny state, you can still be deficient. I've met folks in Florida and Arizona who still tested low. That's because aging skin just doesn't process sunlight the same way. If you're noticing signs like muscle aches, feeling tired all the time, or even mild depression, it might be time to get your levels checked. A simple blood test can tell you, and if you're low, your primary care doctor or endocrinologist can recommend the right dose. And here's one of the most reliable senior health tips out there. Don't guess, get tested. Then get the right kind and right amount of vitamin D to protect your strength, stability, and independence. Ready for the next one? This next vitamin helps power your memory, your mood, and even your balance. Let's keep going. If vitamin D helps your bones absorb more, calcium gives them the strength to hold firm. These two go hand in hand, but only when the balance is right. Number 6. Calcium, the foundation your bones still depend on. Think about your bones like the foundation of your home. You don't always notice when they're weakening, but one wrong step, one small fall, and suddenly everything cracks. That's why calcium matters more than ever after 60. As you get older, your body stops absorbing calcium as efficiently. At the same time, you begin to lose more of it through urine, especially if you take certain medications or have lower levels of vitamin D, and for women after menopause, the decline happens even faster. Calcium keeps your bones dense, your posture strong, and your teeth anchored. Without enough of it, small fractures become more common, healing slows down, and bone loss speeds up. According to the National Institutes of Health, men over 70 and women over 50 generally need about 1,200 milligrams of calcium each day. You can get there with a mix of dairy like milk, yogurt, and cheese, leafy greens, tofu, or calcium-fortified drinks like almond or soy milk. If your diet falls short, a supplement can help, but talk to your doctor first to avoid going overboard. Wondering if you might be low? If your nails are brittle, your muscles cramp often, or your bones just feel more sensitive, it may be time to ask your primary care physician or a dietitian to review your intake. And here's one of the most practical senior health tips I can share. Think food first, then supplement only if needed. It's about steady support, not mega doses. Let's move to the next one, because this vitamin might be the key to keeping your memory, mood, and movement in sync. How do you usually get your calcium food or supplements? Share your answer with a simple 6 so we can learn from each other. Number 7. Vitamin B12. The brain and nerve protector. Ever feel foggy, a little off balance, or like your hands and feet fall asleep too easily? Most people chalk it up to age. I'm just getting older, they say. But sometimes it's not aging. It's a quiet B12 deficiency, and it's more common than you think. Vitamin B12 plays a huge role in keeping your brain sharp, your nerves firing properly, and your blood healthy. But here's the catch. As you get older, your body gets worse at absorbing B12 from food. It could be due to lower stomach acid, digestive issues, or long-term use of acid reflux meds like proton pump inhibitors. That means even if you're eating meat, eggs, or dairy, you might still be low. The recommended amount for adults over 60 is around 2.4 micrograms a day, and many doctors suggest getting it from a supplement or fortified foods because absorption from natural sources just isn't reliable anymore. So how do you know if you're low? Watch out for signs like memory slips, fatigue, numbness or tingling in your hands and feet, or even mood changes like depression or irritability. If you're noticing any of these, it's worth getting a blood test. Your primary care doctor or neurologist can guide you. The good news? B12 supplements are usually safe, easy to take, and affordable. You can also find it in fortified cereals, plant-based milks, or chewables made for seniors. And here's a reminder you won't want to forget: one of the most overlooked senior health tips is to check your B12 levels regularly, even if you feel fine. Because when it runs low, the symptoms creep in slowly and often go unnoticed until they've gone too far. Let's move on to the last one in this group, another B that helps keep your brain clear, your energy steady, and your blood flowing strong. Think vitamin B12 is enough to protect your brain and nerves? Not quite. B6 plays a quiet but powerful role in keeping your blood, mood, and balance steady, too. Number 8. Vitamin B6. The unsung hero for brain, blood, and balance. You ever feel off? Not quite sick? Just not yourself? Maybe you bruise a little easier or feel moody for no clear reason. Your hands shake when pouring water. Your balance just isn't what it used to be. Now, here's something most people miss. It could be a simple lack of vitamin B6. B6 doesn't get the spotlight like vitamin D or calcium, but it works quietly behind the scenes to support brain function, help your body make red blood cells, regulate your immune system, and even stabilize your mood. As we age, our ability to absorb B6 drops. Certain medications, poor appetite, or even low-protein diets can make the situation worse. And just like that, your body runs low, and small symptoms start adding up. The recommended intake for adults over 60 is about 1.5 to 1.7 milligrams per day. You'll find it naturally in chickpeas, bananas, tuna, chicken, and fortified cereals, but many seniors still fall short, especially if appetite or digestion isn't what it used to be. If you're dealing with frequent irritability, numbness in your fingers, confusion, or just feel more tired than usual, ask your primary care doctor or a geriatric nutritionist to review your blood work or supplement routine. The fix might be as simple as adding a B-complex vitamin or including more B6-rich foods into your meals. And here's one of those simple but powerful senior health tips. Never underestimate the quiet vitamins. They may not make headlines, but they're holding you up every single day. Now that we've covered all 8, from what to avoid to what to embrace, let's pull it all together in one simple recap. If you've ever had numb fingers or balance issues and didn't know why, hit the comments with a 8. You're not the only one. And just like that, the tiniest vitamin, quietly doing the most important work, kinda makes you wonder what else your body's been asking for without saying a word. Because when you think about it, getting older isn't about taking more pills, it's about giving your body the right support. A little sunlight and the right dose of vitamin D to keep your bones steady, some calcium from real food to keep you standing tall, enough B12 to keep your memory clear and nerves sharp, and B6, your behind-the-scenes helper, keeping your mood and energy on track. That's the kind of support that lasts, the kind that keeps you living fully, not just longer. Let's take care of what matters. Don't mix without asking why. Timing and combinations matter. You ever take all your pills first thing in the morning? Vitamins, prescriptions, everything, just to get it over with? A lot of folks do. It feels simple, easy, done for the day. But here's the truth. Some vitamins and medications just don't get along. Let's say you're taking calcium for your bones and thyroid medication for your metabolism. If you swallow them together, the calcium can block your thyroid pill from absorbing properly. That means the medicine might not work as it should, and you're left wondering why your energy's still low. Same goes for iron and blood pressure meds, or vitamin K and blood thinners. Even certain heart pills, antibiotics, or acid reducers can change the way your body processes vitamins like B12 or magnesium. It's not about scaring you, it's about helping you get the full benefit of what you're already taking. Here's a practical tip. Set a simple schedule. Morning for prescriptions, midday for certain vitamins, evening for the rest. And always ask your doctor or pharmacist if anything you take needs to be spaced out or taken with food for best results. Because one of the smartest senior health tips isn't about what you take, it's when and how you take it. That small change can make everything else work better. And like we just talked about, sometimes the smallest adjustments, like when you take your vitamins or how you space them out, can make the biggest difference. When you get the right ones in the right amounts, you protect your bones, support your brain, steady your balance, and avoid silent dangers that come from overdosing or mixing wrong. It's not about adding more, it's about choosing smarter. So if there's one takeaway from this video, it's this. After 60, your body changes, and your vitamin routine should too. Don't let habit, marketing, or guesswork decide what you take. Let knowledge and your doctor guide that choice. Get your levels checked, stay hydrated, and most of all, stay informed. If this video helped you, follow Healthcase, share it with a loved one, and subscribe for more tips built around your health at every stage of life.